This is one of mine and the offices and the teams and our practice members' favorite workshops to do, demonstrating the somatopsychic wave. And I want you to, you're going to come away with a lot. And you're going to see things that you do not commonly see, okay? You're going to hear things that you do not commonly hear, okay? And you will also feel things in your body that you don't commonly feel, all right? And the demonstrating of how people respond to care is an incredible testimony or example of our quote that we had up this week, which was that natural forces within us are the true healers. Hippocrates said that. Natural forces within us are the true healers. That's not just true for getting over colds and fevers and broken bones. It's also, and cancer and diabetes, it's also true for your spine. All right, and relative to your spine, the work we're doing, so often when we're working on people, especially when they first come in, they say, well, how is that gentle touch moving the bone? And that's not the point. The general point isn't that we're touching you in such a way or adjusting you in such a way that we move the bone, but that your body does. There's all kinds of things that you can do to help yourself get fixed by someone temporarily and then be in the same place a week or two later. But it's a completely different story when we want to increase your body's capacity to make its own changes. And so you're going to absorb a lot. I also want to get an idea, how many people, just so I know, how many people raise your hands if you just started intermediate care recently? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, about a third of the people, a little bit long ago. All right, next question. How about if this is your first intermediate care workshop? Okay, about half the room, or three quarters of the room. Good. Then I can use the same jokes again. That's good.
You do anyways.
I do anyways, yeah. I only got a handful. So, and they're very dry. So, and so the few things I want you to get out of this also is realize, first of all, intermediate care is part of a process. I'm going to explain that. Basic, intermediate, advanced care process. We do different workshops in intermediate care. There's a lot to intermediate and advanced care. I cannot cover them in one workshop. You need to go to more than one intermediate workshop. I cannot emphasize that enough. Go to more than one of them so you can get the most out of your care, especially the retracing one, the one we discussed, spine, its relationship to emotions. All of those are very important. Couple things I want you to get out of this. I want you to actually see how a gentle force, you see with your own eyes, how a gentle force changes a person's spine, okay? And I also want you to really get a chance, as I said, to feel it in your own body, how another person's body responds. I really want you to understand the depths of what happens during intermediate care and how it affects a person's healing. And I also want you to understand, really importantly, how SRI, the 12 stages of healing, the somato-respiratory integration exercises that I want you to be doing on your own in between visits are also part of care and contributory to your progress. First of all, understand that chiropractic, the founding principle of chiropractic as an art, is that chiropractic is founded upon tone. The discoverer of chiropractic, Daniel David Palmer, he discussed that chiropractic was based upon a vibratory principle. Most of his writings, if they were written today, there'd be a bestseller kind of thing for vibrational healing in that aspect. That is what he talked about, and the shape, tension, position, tone of the person's spinal structures determines the awareness and experience they have of their life. His concept was that and this is amazing, is that your spine, that cord is like a musical instrument. If you take a musical instrument and you press a string instrument, you press on one layer, you get one note, okay, on one part of the string, and I don't know much about music, but okay, and if you push on another area, you get another note, okay. Your spinal cord is the same way. Where there's pressure and irritation is going to produce a different note in your physiology, a different vibration through your being. understand that. Your body is made up of vibration. All your molecules, your cells are vibrating, and the actual rhythm they vibrate at is very much coordinated by that central nervous system. So the thing is, you can have your body, if you remember those old radio station dials, okay, everybody's digital now and it's just all internet radio, but if you had a car with that dial in it, right? Well, you turn the dial and the little metal thing went back and forth in the car, okay? And if it was, and that would determine what radio station you were tuned in to, whether you had the heavy metal station or the classical station or the jazz station or whatever, okay? Now understand, how does that work? You turn a knob, it turns a metal filament in there, and then that tunes into a different band of light. And then that gets translated to sound in your car, okay? Your body works the same way. If your body is positioned like this, okay, you're going to be tuned into WSUK for your life. Okay? That's going to be the vibration that you're stuck in. Understand that? All right? If your body is in this position, okay, you're going to be tuned into WJOY. Your body is going to tune into and select what frequencies it attracts and what frequencies you can experience. All right? That's how your spinal cord and nerve system works. When you have trauma, physically, chemically, or emotionally, that your body doesn't recover from, what happens is it sets up a facilitated loop where the nerves overfire, and then that area becomes like a particular note that's being pressed on a string instrument. And then that vibration goes out throughout your being, and then you get stuck into that. So it's like, what if whatever song you played on a piano, the C note was in the background? Didn't matter what song you played, that was the underlying note that was on in the background of every song that was played. That's what happens when people's spines are subluxated. And then they are tuned into a particular frequency. And you know, they might get only the heavy metal station all the time. Now think about that. You get into your car, when you turn the key on, you get the heavy metal station. You can't turn it off, you can't turn the volume down, can't do anything, you can't shut off the radio. That's what you get. Or what if it was the classical all the time? Think about that relative to your body. You need your body to be able to play the blues when it's time to play the blues, okay? And you need your body to be able to have jazz when it's time to have jazz, right? Your body needs to be able to go through the whole range of that and not be stuck in any one particular set of function. So network care is based on that principle, so that your body can be a clear conduit for your consciousness. And it's delivered in different levels of care. Because if we take the approach that instead of trying to temporarily fix one joint that might be hanging out to one side so that you feel a little bit better because it got bumped around in a snowboard accident or something like that, if instead of taking that perspective, we say, wow, the spine is the conduit of your consciousness. We want it to be a clear, flowing expression of that. Think about that. Your innate intelligence, your inborn wisdom has to use that nerve system to coordinate all the forces that your body has to assemble to heal. Everything coordinated by that. So, you know, there's a universal wisdom that's, you know, that you're tuning into. Then we don't want it to be on the WSUK station, like I said. We want to, you know, be tuned into a better one than that. Okay? And if it's stuck in one range, you're not going to get that whole expression. So if you think about your body in that way, and you want to get your body, you know, some people, you know, think you want the spinal canal to have enough space for that divine capacity to blow through you, kind of like blow through that